Almost every time I make a frugal tips video, you guys eat it up. So here are 60 more frugal tips that I use to save on thousands every year. Things like how this bag 10x's the lifespan of your clothes, and why leaving your phone here leads to 8 hours of sleep, or the secret washroom rituals that saves me over $4,000 a year. All right, let's get to it. Let's go back to how you can 10x the lifespan of your clothes. First of all, only run the machine when the machine, you can fill it up with all the clothes that you want to wash. And number 2 is to line dry your clothes instead of using the dryer. Both the fabric and also your electric bill will thank you. And also with this video, I am trying a little bit of a newer style, and it's a bit more of a freestyle video where I kind of loosely outline what I want to talk about, and then I just go for it. So let's see how it goes. So the next one is to turn clothes inside out so the friction actually happens on the inside and not on the outside of the clothes. And the next one is to use laundry bag, like always. And this is because it prevents stretching and the micro damage of the clothes. Then what you want to do is to hand wash the sweaters, especially the winter sweaters. Okay, number 6 is to never rub your clothes when you're hand washing. Just squeeze it, because this way it causes less friction and damage to the clothes. So just imagine you are a kitten making little biscuits on your clothes. And the next one is to use OxiClean. OxiClean is the lord of my house because it really takes out the toughest stains and also the smells just by soaking it in OxiClean for a few hours. Because OxiClean, it takes the tough stains out! And also, you guys might notice that I'm looking down at stuff. I'm just looking at the list of things that I have written for this video. Don't want to miss anything. So yeah, if I'm looking down, I'm looking at the list of things. And number 8 is to never wring out the water when you're hand washing your clothes. Unless you want your sweater to hocus pocus into a dress. Don't want that. So always use a towel to kind of roll it up into like a sushi and then press on it for the water to get soaked out. So this way you don't need to wring it. Okay, so now that you have finished washing your sweaters, especially, what you can do is when you're line drying it, pull at the seams of the sweater so it can be nice and taut. This way you don't need to iron or steam it afterwards, which is great. So I'll show you the example. Like this. You want to do it to as many seams as you can find on the clothes so it is nice and straight and flat. If you don't want to spend a fortune on makeup products, then having a rock solid foundational skincare routine is key. Also, getting 8 to 9 hours of sleep is crucial as well, so you won't get mistaken as a panda on the loose. But we'll get to that in a second in our sleep tips. But now let's focus on our foundational skincare routine. Okay, so for me, my strong foundational skincare routine consists of 4 steps. So the first one is a cleanser. And the second one is my serum. So I use the vitamin C serum in the morning, and then I use the retinol at night. And then I use my moisturizer. So I use it for morning and night. And the last one is sunscreen. All day, every day. And even if Gilgamesh decides to end all of humanity via deaths of 1,000 swords, put on your sunscreen, girly, because even the gates of Babylon cannot stop the UV rays. Okay, number 11, I also keep my makeup products minimalistic as well. So I start off with my foundation, and then I have my color corrector. I use it especially for my under eyes because I couldn't cosplay myself out of being a panda with just my foundation. So that's why I grabbed a color corrector as well. And then I have my eyeliner and my eyebrow pencil, and I have my lipstick, which also functions as blush. Leave a like if you also double your lipstick as your blush, because hashtag minimal products, minimal stress. Okay, the next few tips are gonna be coming from what I saw as a dental hygienist. Okay, number 12 is to brush your teeth twice a day. Please do that. And one of the biggest reasons, there is actually science behind it. So usually what we see is that the bad bacteria in your mouth kind of grow and develop into a colony over the period of 24 hours. So that is why you want to disrupt it before they become harmful for your mouth and your teeth. And number 13 is to, when you're brushing, is to split your mouth into 4 quadrants. So like this and then like this. So upper left, upper right, lower left, lower right, and then brush each quadrant for about 30 seconds. So in total, you'll be brushing for 2 minutes. Okay, are you guys ready for a jump scare? Ta-da! This. Hi, yes, hello, jump scare. The reason why I brought this up is because with the next ones, I kind of want to show you a visual of what I'm talking about. And also, side story, this is one of the reasons why some of the hygiene students and friends in my class, they're like, yeah, I am quitting dental hygiene school. Which, you know what? Same. But they didn't. They persevered. We all persevere. Anyway, okay, so the next one is to kind of angle your toothbrush half on the tooth and half on the gums. So why that is the case is because the dip within the tooth and the gum, like that is actually where the bacteria collect. So you want to be their homewrecker twice a day. Okay, for the next part is about spots in the mouth that I see people regularly miss when they come into my chair for dental hygiene care, okay? And this is the time I wish I don't have to hold a mic because I want to point and stuff. So hopefully it will provide a good enough visual guide for you guys. Okay, so the first one is I see people missing the last two upper molars, so the big teeth. And sometimes I run my instruments across those teeth and I'm like, oh, did you guys eat icing before you come here? Like it's just white and gloppy. Probably don't want that. If you're watching this and you're eating, I'm very sorry. Actually, it will be good if you're watching this when you're eating because that means now you will know once you're done eating where you want to focus your brushing and don't miss the spots that I am mentioning. Please, 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 please. Next is the tongue side of the lower molar, so the lower big teeth. So this side and this side. And the reason is because usually our tongue is pushing against the toothbrush when we're brushing in that region. So we kind of don't get to the back, the further back. As you can see, there's a pattern. Like the further back we go in our mouth, the more easily we miss those teeth. But we don't want to miss those teeth because usually those are prominent places that cavity can develop because we don't brush there. Okay, please put us out of a job. Brush properly. I would be happy. Next is the tongue side of the lower front teeth. And the reason why this is a spot that people usually miss and a lot of buildup happens is because we have salivary glands down there. And what it does is that our saliva also has minerals in it. And what it does is that the mineral mixes with the food particles and then they create a hard deposit called calculus. And C for concrete, if you want to remember. So C for concrete, concrete is hard. And calculus is a hard deposit that we cannot get off with the tools that we have at home. So that is why the products and the equipment that we have in the dental office can help with removing these hard deposits. So in order to not let the hard deposits occur or build up less is to focus and don't forget to brush the tongue side of your lower front teeth. Okay, number 19 is to floss once or twice a day. You're probably like, oh my God, flossing again? Oh my God, this dental hygienist is telling me to floss again. And there is a reason. Just imagine like all of the surfaces you cannot touch with your toothbrush, especially the space in between the teeth. It's kind of like brushing your teeth, but for surfaces that you can't reach with your toothbrush. So that is why it is important to floss once or twice a day as well. And number 20 is to use the C-shaped flossing technique. It is actually the most effective technique for flossing. So basically, what you want to do is to put the floss in between the teeth like this, and then hug each of the surfaces. So what this does is that it kind of acts like a windshield wiper for the surfaces that your toothbrush cannot touch. And number 21 is spots that I see people miss when they floss is please don't forget to floss behind your last molars, so the last big teeth. So on your jump scare again, top teeth and bottom teeth, please don't forget to floss behind the last molars. So having good primary prevention techniques are key to saving you big money in the long run. And the reason is because having regular dental checkups and then x-rays and then finding out that you need to do a root canal, like that can easily add up to over $4,000. You really don't want your dental bill to jump scare you like they do in the horror movies. But you know what? That's actually a perfect idea. Death by seeing root canal bill. Like if you're into frugal living, make primary prevention your best friend. Save water, shower together.
Huh?
Actually, no, just kidding. Save water, shampoo, and your hair follicles by washing it only twice to 3 times a week. And number 23 is that if you work out and your hair gets sweaty and greasy, that's okay. Don't rewash it. Try and blow dry your hair, especially the roots, on the cold setting of your hair dryer. So number 24 is what you can do is to do a DIY dry shampoo if blow drying your hair on cold is not enough to take care of the chicken grease situation. So what you can do is mix baking soda with cornstarch and to create like a mixture that you can put on your roots. But please be careful and only do this once or twice a month because this mixture is actually quite drying for your hair. So update on the cornstarch and baking soda mixture dry shampoo. I have found that if we solely use cornstarch on its own, we can use it more often, so 2 to 3 times a week without it damaging our scalp and our hair roots, which is great. Up next is some kitchen frugal tips, and the reason why I'm not filming it in the kitchen is because someone's cooking in there and I want to be respectful for everyone else who uses this house, so we just gotta improvise, all right? Okay, so the next one is number 25 is use smaller plates when you're eating. Number 26 is to use smaller utensils, and the both tips are kind of like portion control without even thinking about portion control. Okay, number 27 is to make 1 or 2 one-pot meals every week, which will cut down the times you need to cook and also make meal prep a lot easier. And then number 28 is that if it works for you, try to eat around 2 meals a day. Number 29 is to visit local Asian markets. Like the aunties and uncles over there be sales maxing since day one. Number 30 is to bring lunch to work instead of buying lunch at your workplace. And number 31 is to buy seasoning on sale and freeze them. So for example, we recently bought a lot of garlic. So what we did is that it was on sale and then we froze it in like big bags. They look like pillows. Literally, we can sleep on it if we strain our neck. So we kind of freezed it and then that way we can cut down on our seasoning cost. And number 32 is to buy anything on sale and freeze it. But note on this one is that when you're buying things on sale and freezing, it's important to think like, hey, am I buying this because I actually use these items on a regular basis, or I'm buying this item just because it's on sale? Okay, number 33 is to keep a core list of groceries. So our family usually have about 20. That is our core list, and this actually keeps our family of 3. Our monthly spending is under $700 a month for our groceries. And number 34 is what you want to do is to take that list and use online grocery shopping and online grocery delivery. And the reason is because stores are designed to lure you into buying stuff that you don't need. So if you stand in the checkout line literally long enough, the M&M bags will start looking like sirens. So either 1, you refuse to step into the store and cannot hear the sirens in the first place, or number 2, you Uno reverse card and sing even louder than the sirens. Number 35 is to not turn on the dishwasher. But you know what? If you're Asian and watching this, I'm probably preaching to the choir already because the word dishwasher gets auto-translated to dish dryer in our brains. Next is number 36 is what you want to do is to soak the dishes first in warm soapy water. And what this does, it actually cuts down the dishwashing time to about 10 minutes, which is great. And number 37 is to use dinner napkins at least twice. Because here, let me show you. You cannot convince me that what you do is like tap, 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 wipe, wipe, wipe. You cannot convince me that this side is not clean. So please use that at least twice. And number 38 is after you have reused, reduced, recycled, and folded the crap out of this napkin, what you want to do is to use it as a table wiper. And before I show you my living room frugal secrets, make sure to subscribe for more content that turns, oof, I can't afford that, into, you know what, actually I don't want to afford that. So number 39 is to keep the heater at around 17 degrees Celsius, okay? Celsius. And then afterwards, what you can do instead is to layer up. And a good tip is to thread for a wool blanket if you're looking for the warmest material. And then on top of that, what you can do is you can add a heating blanket, and now you have your ticket to the world's most wholesome blanket monster society.
出たな、怪人ブランケット。ひひひ。インちゃんの分もあります。秘密結社、ブランケット。
And now that you have a localized heat cocoon at your disposal, you don't need to run and blast the central heating. Leave your phone out here at night and you can charge it as well. Don't bring it into your bedroom, okay? Because one of my friends, she has heard her friends say, I wake up and I read shoujo manga. And I don't want that to be you, okay? Please don't let that be you. And the reason is because I would love it if you can start your day focused on your goals, not the media noise. Hang out with your friends using thrifted board games like these ones. Because you know what? The actual retail prices for these games are actually quite expensive. So it will be nice if you can get it on sale or at a thrift store, which is really great. And you know what? With this one, oh my god. Like, my friends and I had the best memories with this game. And we played it in a public space, which is probably not the best idea because people were a little bit concerned as to why we are laughing so hard. Pretty good game though. Definitely recommend. Okay, these next tips helps me sleep around 8 to 9 hours consistently, which is super important to me. Number 45 is to keep the heater off in your bedroom so the room stays cool, and this actually aids with sleeping better, and the science backs this up. And number 46 is to use a blackout sleep mask for around $20 if you don't want to put up blackout blinds. Because if the thought of buying the blinds, buying the rods that holds the blinds, getting your hands on power tools, drilling holes with said power tool sends you into analysis paralysis, this one is for you. And comment down below if you do that, because me too. That's why I have the blackout sleep mask instead of the blackout blinds. Okay, number 47 is to use silicone earplugs if noise bothers you at night. And number 48 is that if anxiety hits you before sleep like a truck, me too, then hug a weighted pillow to your sternum to help activate the parasympathetic or calming nervous system. Like, this is me before going to sleep every day. And I already feel so comforted. Literally, I can take a nap right now. So the next section is kind of like lifestyle systems you can build into your home. So with number 49 is to rent out any extra rooms that you have. So for our household, we do international student hostings with the bedroom that is my childhood bedroom. And we get about $1,200 after tax every month. Number 50 is to have a small closet so you can fit less clothes physically into your closet. So it can help you buy less stuff. And number 51 is to follow the one in, one out rule when purchasing. So when you purchase one thing, you have to let go of one thing, so your house doesn't just get filled up with stuff. Number 52 is to stick with a minimalistic color palette, which can consist of white, beige, denim, and black. But it's boring! So what you want to do is to add a few accent pieces to your wardrobe instead of buying a whole accent wardrobe itself. And number 54 is to adopt the 20/80 mindset, because frugal living and financial independence, early retirement, you don't have to early retire if you don't want to, it's just achieving financial independence, has a lot to do with being content with good enough. Like, for example, my list of 20 groceries that I get every week is good enough. Not perfect, it's good enough. And also the 10 pieces of clothing that I can use to make 40-ish outfits, like, it's good enough. Is it runway glammy? No, but it's good enough. And I am very much happy, very content with that. Okay, number 55 is to write down what you truly value, and this way you can overpower your impulse spending habits when they pop up. And I will put up a list of values for you to get started. So number 56 is using the 25x rule to calculate your financial freedom number. And this way you will have, and you're saving towards a concrete goal instead of just saving nebulously for a not so concrete retirement in the future. It's kind of like the difference between knowing exactly where you want to go, having your eyes locked in on that and walking towards it, and just like closing your eyes and be like, oh, I hope I get there someday. Okay, number 57 is to read books by people who are already living a life that you want to live. So for example, good books to start would be A Simple Path to Wealth and Quit Like a Millionaire. And you know what? Your parents are wrong. There is such a thing as a free lunch. It's called the library. So number 59 is to touch some grass by joining a free library event. So for example, there are things like book clubs and movie nights, and my library even have these like bird watching groups. Pretty sick. We'll love to join someday. Okay, the next one is such a powerful mindset frugal tip, especially for the natural spenders out there. So what you can do is that if saving doesn't come naturally, you can reframe investing as, I am buying a piece of my freedom every time I invest. Speaking of buying back your freedom, did you know that you might only need $500,000 to retire? Click here to find out how. All right, YouTube magic, do your thing. Oh yeah, let's go. Let's all be frugal royalty. All right, bye.